Okay, so Russian spy girl reporting again. And we really got to get to Mitch McConnell. And what is Mitch McConnell's problem? Well, Mitch McConnell's problem is the same problem that every man in a position of political influence, not only in the United States, but perhaps even internationally, has, which is his wife, or rather his wife's pocketbook. And this process that seemed to have been really in fashion for a particular period of time, where somebody involved in something connected to security, or rather intelligence around market security, allows for securities like identity documents and accounts connected to the spouses of people in office to be swapped out with each other. I know, because last year around this time, somebody tried to take my retirement benefits that I didn't know I had been defrauded of and create an account for somebody else to be the handler of the Senate spousal fleet. Now, my understanding is this man is a gentleman and he would never disabuse this very important duty. But what I also now understand is that at some point, Citigroup was allowed to get a whole bunch of accounts connected to military transportation. And now, starting tomorrow, they're going to be issuing cards on credit cards for dividend payments. Who's going to be eligible for these cards? No, here's another question. Who's going to be eligible to be used in acts of wire fraud connected to payments on those cards? Is this part of why Mitch McConnell's having a problem right now? And he wants these specific laws concerning broadband acknowledged in order to move forward? Does it have anything to do with the fact that his wife, if I'm not incorrect, is the Secretary of Transportation? What do you think the Secretary of Transportation has to do with the United States Transportation Command and or an attempt for a civilian financial institution to leverage DOD transportation options when it comes to dividend payments via credit cards? Under whose command authority are they operating? Because let me tell you something. Credit cards, especially pardons, if you agree to cooperate with a fraudulent credit card scheme, had a lot different utility under the former president than they do under the current president. Right? So, I did a little bit of credit card situation myself. I have not been allowed to have my own bank account for many years. I think this is something that's, par for the course when it comes to you being designated as a Russian spy. They don't want you to have your own bank account. They don't want you to have your own credit cards. They don't want you to have your own vehicle. They don't want you to have your own lease. As a matter of fact, I haven't been allowed to have a lease since I left Texas in 2006. So it's possible I've been a Russian spy since I left Texas as part of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve drawdown in 2006 and returned to Chicago. And in that time, all kinds of other things have happened. Some allegations of financial fraud, including transportation cards for girls. Oh my gosh. And that was before the private security company from San Diego took over the transportation cards for the entire city. Oh my gosh. But it wasn't Blackwater, just so you know. So if you're concerned about that whole Iraqi connection and the whole Chirac and I don't know, the Iraqi bondwoman, I'm back in Texas now. So it's all good, right? Because in Texas they can contain it, right? They can put that hedge of protection around everything I do. And whatever they like, they can keep, and then they can reassign it. And now they've got all of these accounts they say are actual Russians that they stole from Facebook, just like they stole mine. And probably their blogs, just like they stole mine. Right? So there's a whole bunch of us. And it's a lot easier when you've dispersed the risk over multiple assets that have been intentionally downgraded. And if you can get them to implement laws around confidentiality that are completely unconstitutional, but everybody else is focused on some other drama, are we going to get the extra money? Well, let me ask you, if you're a Russian spy like me, is there a difference between $600 and $2,000? Let me ask you a question. If you're a Russian spy like me, and you got that $1,200 earlier, and you had to spend $350 getting your own software package, and they stole the license for the operating software, so you have to leverage that $600 at the end of the year to getting another software license because the one from the beginning of the year got stolen, and so you have a double time licensing scam. A double time licensing scam. And that $600 goes a lot quicker when you have to repay for something you already paid when our stocks were at full price. And now I have to pay again while they're at half price. Oh my God, it's the 2008 banking bailout all over again. Oh my God, it's the S&L crisis all over again. Yes, it is. Where were and who were the Russian spies during the 2008 banking bailout? Where were and who were the Russian spies during the S&L crisis? Anybody? Anybody? How many of those Russian spies kept their fucking mouths shut and are expecting to get a Citigroup credit card for dividend payouts starting tomorrow?